to say first to Nook. And we'll stop by Station 3 while we're in the area. We'll stop by the Shepherd Isles, Station 3, and Demew Island. Then Nook, where we will finally get rid of this dang letter. I have mushroom wine this time. And then, since we'll already be down there, we may also stop off at Rosegate, the Isle of Cats, Visage, the Melting Isles, and the Iron Republic. Although you could argue, if I went to the Khanate first, I would probably have room to buy more coffee while we were in the southern section. Yeah, let's do that first. So that's going to be Abbey Rock Mountain Isle, Station 3, Demew Island, Pigmoat Isle to see what's happening there, Khan's Heart and Khan's Glory and Khan's Shadow, and then probably Godfall, Dahut, Polythyreme, Nuncio, Nook, Rack, all these islands in the south, Port Carnelian for more coffee, the Iron Republic for fuel. We may also buy fuel at Khan's Shadow because we're just not carrying that much. We don't have room. And then up through Gator's Morn, and then back to London. The haunted doctor shrinks from a sorrow spider. How did that horrible creature get aboard the ship? Smash the sorrow spider with a flung boot. Call a sailor to take care of the nasty thing. I'm gonna smash the sorrow spider with a boot. The haunted doctor breathes easier. He rummages for a hidden bottle, drinks deep. I apologize, Captain. It is not that I am a cowardly man, merely... I was not Neathborn. When I ventured here, I knew nothing of Claybin. I'd hardly imagined I might one day share a handsome cab with a charismatic devil. I'd never even heard tale of the sorrow spiders whose webs can catch men's minds as easily as their bodies. Have you visited the observatory where they nest? I suspect not. Yeah, actually no. His hand trembles. It was a full year I found myself there, with the lady. She wrapped me in silk, and her children kept me warm. She gave me her sight, and all she asked in return was my eye. It was a dream I cannot call a nightmare, yet one I woke from with shivers and a revelation. If it is in light that such sorrow breeds, only in darkness could there be hope. In the liberation of night, I believed I saw hope for us all. I was misguided, but that story you know. Please, I would return to my duties. I assume, okay, yeah, it's him. I assume the smith. Let's see. 1 lamentable relic, 1 searing enigma, 3 devil bone dice. Okay, we just need 3 devil bone dice and then we can make this thing. Alright. I can think of a few places we can find devil bone dice. I'm sure we'll come across them, and when we do, I'll buy 3. But for now, though, observing the latest autopsies. The fashionable lady. Her gown scoops low, and there's a lump at her cleavage as large as a golf ball. Famously ill. The austere acolyte works quickly this time, and her songs of chessmen toasting by the fire, of a seedling growing out of a chocolate liqueur, sound genuinely cheerful. I'd heard of this case before she even reached us, the acolyte tells you afterwards. She liked to faint on sofas and sip mysterious silver medicines and tell everyone she was suffering from some dread disease. The only secret she had was that she wasn't as interesting as she wanted everyone to think. The triumph of Pigmoat Isle. Pigmoat is bloodied but victorious. Their victory over the invaders has united rats and cavies. King Gracenaw and the chief engineer greet the returning ambassadors, here to end hostilities with a non-aggression pact. The Visage ambassador is the first to sign, her feelings hidden by her mask. The Fathom King's man merely sucks his thumb and presses it to the vellum, leaving an inky fingerprint. A new start. Fireworks light the roof of the Neath. Happy squeaks raise in anticipation of the future. Gratitude. The celebrations last 3 days. Afterwards, bloated with meat and ale, you are summoned to the ruling council. King Gracenaw and First Minister Edgar tend their new court together. Hairless advisor, 1,000 gratitudes, declares King Greysnaw, raising a paw. A chorus of rats begins chanting thank you. You do not keep count, but it seems they intend to go the full distance. The First Minister's gratitude is less symbolic. He gestures to a cart pulled by both a rat and a cavy, wheels in Pigmote's treasure, the Rat Star, the Lady's Eye, the Thazeline. Goodness only knows how many other names this glowing scintillac might have. From now on, we light our own path, says the First Minister. Take it. He rubs his head wearily. Bloody things caused us nothing but trouble anyway. With your reward in hand, the Z beckons once again. Perhaps one day will lead you to your own kingdom. If so, this experience will certainly be valuable. So you can actually get the blue scintillac without stealing it if you help these guys defend it, because they're just like, you know what, screw it. This thing is causing too much trouble. And we have 1 vital intelligence. I know we needed that for something, so we're not giving it to the Admiral. He stands stiffly before you. I will not need long or much. Your cook wants to go ashore. He claims he needs to collect a book of recipes, but he is short on details and long on guilty fidgeting. He asks for his back pay in drowning pearls. They will ease my way past the white and golds. Bribes. Let's see. We only have enough drowning pearls to give to him. We don't have enough to follow him. I'll just allow him his privacy. Private business. He disappears into the canal streets. An hour passes. 2. The dockside lamps buzz. A water taxi bobs by, carrying a silk-swathed minister and his blushing, black-suited lover. On the side of your ship, a sailor sings a music hall ballad as he chisels barnacles from her flanks. Your cook returns. Did he find what he was looking for? I believe so, he says. His voice is hollow but determined. His hands are empty. As he boards the ship, he stops and catches your elbow. Captain, a word of advice. Do not divide yourself. Learn what matters to you. Pursue it avidly. It is kinder not to give in the first place than it is to take back what you have given. The banished poisoneer requires either a colossal fluke core or an elegaic cockatoo. I don't even know what that second one is. I've never ever seen it in any of my playthroughs, but we have a colossal fluke core. So, yeah, he can have that right now. He has a request. After his visit to the Khanate, he is more fixated, less congenial. He corners you below decks, his eyes fervent between his wrappings. Is that all? I need a capstone for the feast, Captain. Something unforgettable. I have a vision, no 2. One demands the core of a Lorn fluke. The other requires a certain bird of the Elder Continent, a cockatoo, given to a funeral... It's not funeral, it's funereal? I don't know if that's a typo or it... Funeral poetry. I have heard a certain southern showman owns such a creature. He waves a casual hand. Either would do. Do not trouble yourself with both. Good, because I only have one. Deliver a colossal fluke core to the galley. The sailors struggle under the weight. Irigo juices stain the deck. The final piece. Marvelous. Bring it in. Forgive me if I do not help. The Irigo is potent, and it would not do for me to forget a vital step in the preparations. Zal for the Fathomed King's hold, my captain. I will begin my work. Zale, sorry. The I looked like an A-L, and I was confused. Zale for the Fathomed King's hold, my captain. I will begin my work. He snaps his fingers, remembering something. Oh, and we will need wine. Lots of wine. Okay, apparently I should have bought more wine. Procure 5 crates of mushroom wine and make your way to the Fathom King's hold. Okay, we'll get more wine when we're in London. In the meantime, we are going to go to Khan's Glory to give them their coffee. Then we're going to go to Khan's Shadow to pursue the Clottery Heart and buy some fuel, because we're going to need it. After that... We have the hunting trophy we needed to get the intelligence for the Admiral into the Chelinate, so maybe we should grab that while we're vaguely in the area. It's just not something we pass near very much unless we're doing this Northern Circuit, and even then it's kind of out of the way. And if we're going to go all the way over to the Chelinate, then we may as well pop over to Irem and Frostfound, maybe checking some of these abysses to see if any of them are the one that we need to visit next. I'm hoping maybe one of the iron ones, because Lord knows there were enough of them up there. After that, after we've circled through Frostfound and probably the Undercrow, we'll figure out what we're doing. I know we want to go to Nook. Honestly, we would ideally want to go to Nook before we went to the Undercrow, but it just doesn't quite work out that way unless we went to Con Shadow. We need to go to Port Cecil as well, actually. So we could do Con Shadow, Godfall, Dahut, Polythyreme, Port Cecil, Nuncio, Nook. But then that kind of just leaves us stranded down here. We haven't visited the Chelenate in that route. Okay. Con Shadow, Godfall, Dahut, Nook, Nuncio, Polythyreme, Port Cecil, because all of these ports are kind of on this side of the island, so it would almost make sense to just go down to Nook first and then come back up on this side. Possibly visit Con Shadow again, because we might need more fuel by that point. And then the Chelenate, Irem, Frostfound, Undercrow, because he'll want the response. Mount Palmerston, because we'll probably need more fuel by then. Chapel of Lights, Avid Horizon, Wither, Codex, London. That works. It's not great, but it works. A gathering of anarchists. There's nothing unusual here, of course. Most nights half the Shadow hatches plots over cheap wine and old insults. But who is that officer in the crowd? The usual diatribes. The haunted doctor stands listening in rapt attention, his remaining eye closed. On a stage made from tables and upturned chairs, an attractive young man and woman take turns raging against injustice and talking of the glorious day when London and the Khanate and all others who dare to elevate themselves above others will face their reckoning. The irony is, as ever, lost. Once the meeting ends, he hurries over to thank you, glowing with second-hand fervor. I have missed this, says the doctor, something strange taking over his face. If you didn't know better, you'd say it was a smile. He heads over to the young woman to try it out, renewed purpose in his stride. We now have a determined doctor. And if we speak to him, we can dine with him, so... He will bring the wine, he tells you. Do you happen to have any more of the delightful Z-trout? No matter. Your sorbet slowly melts, untouched. And no, they are not restless elements. He slams his hands down on the table. Do you not see, Captain, every year, the bazaar, she devours us from within. The rich dream honey dreams, while the poor shuffer lacquer with their bare hands in the streets, just to earn a few echoes to buy food. And above it all, the masters and the... He never does get around to answering your actual question of whether he enjoyed his main course. 39% chance of finding the Claudery heart among the abandoned halls. Let's try it. A memory of a memory. The Claudery heir walks the dock, watching the halls and the outlines of the ship. She moves slowly, so she doesn't look too eager. We probably won't find her here, the heir says. I don't expect to. I don't believe in clinging to specific hopes and expectations of that kind. It's just the sort of obsession that ruins lives. Just the kind of thing I'm always having to repair. You don't find the ship, though you walk the docks 3 times over. It doesn't matter, says the Claudery heir. I don't mind, but surely there is more you could do. So that was actually a success. Ask about the Claudery heart among the shipwrights. If the stories are true, they must at least remember her. On to Frostfound. She made the other ships restless, says the Coneganian shipwright. In the end, we had to repair her enough to let her go on. She turned north with the last of the crew that still lived on her, but she sailed too close by Frostfound and the ice swallowed her. At least that's the story that has come back to us. Okay. Well, we were planning to head up there after we visited Nook. So we will, but we're going to Nook first.